to get it, or you can only see it on your phone, just a blank piece of paper, so that you can follow it along. And I see Sandy's grabbing hers real quick, so we'll wait. And yay, Crystal's got her own name on there instead of Kathy. Yep, there it is. There it is. All right. So just go ahead and take a couple of nice deep breaths. Close your eyes if you choose to. And find a place, make any adjustments that you need to, and find a place that you're comfortable and feeling totally supported. Continue to bring your awareness to your breathing. And notice as you watch your breath that it becomes deeper and fuller and more balanced. The breath is the eternal cycle of reception and release within our physical bodies. It is the eternal activity of God in us. With every breath, you now become more aware and more conscious of the indwelling presence of God, which is your higher wisdom self. Now let your breath serve as a pathway to your heart. Allow your awareness to move into your heart. For it is here that you begin to see with the eye of the heart, which is the eye of wisdom, the eye of love. And now, in the silence of your heart, ask the higher wisdom self to guide you through the process. As to have revealed to you everything that you need to know for your highest good and healing, right here, right now. Let us begin by asking your higher wisdom self to scroll back through time and to draw up into your awareness one of the more memorable moments of the last 6 weeks in the 40 days of gratitude, for which you are most grateful. Allow your higher wisdom self to draw into your awareness a significant experience that occurred sometime during the process. It may have either been a positive or a negative experience at the time. But either way, it now creates a deeply felt sense of gratitude in yourself. Now in your mind's eye, notice where you were, who you were with, what you were doing, and how you were feeling. Now let your higher wisdom self magnify the feelings of this experience so they become completely real for you. Now ask your higher wisdom self to show you what you came to learn about yourself and your relationship with life out of this experience. Perhaps it was some skill or perhaps some wisdom, or perhaps just self-knowledge. Now, in this present moment, allow your higher wisdom self to reveal to you the word of God that came into your awareness during this experience. What was the quality of the divine that you experienced? Was it love? Wisdom? Was it peace or beauty? Maybe it was joy. Perhaps it was freedom. Simply notice what life positive quality you experienced, for which you are now grateful. Now thank your higher wisdom self for the guidance and direction that has been given through this process. Most especially, give thanks for the wisdom and the understanding that has been revealed to you. Now bring your awareness back to your breathing. Feel the movement of breath in your body. Feel the presence of your body in the room. Feel your feet on the floor and your body in the chair or wherever you're seated. And when you're ready, open your eyes and allow your awareness to come gently back into the room. And when you're ready, based upon what you felt or experienced during the meditation, go ahead and complete your form. go ahead and try and bring it to a close. And so who would like to share their wisdom tree this morning?
I will.
Thank you, Michael.
Well, some of you do know, but maybe most of you don't, that I've had some issues with my building recently, water, flooding. So this is what happened. There was a water break, flooding, fans are going, lots of conflama. There's been tearing out, there's been ripping out, and it's still very soggy. This is how I felt. I felt inundated, overwhelmed, and yet on task. And this is what I learned, that to be present in all situations, prioritize what's important, and to engage myself fully in that moment. And when I did, a resolution process started easily. So the quality of God I came to know was freedom, to be not stuck in the experience, to let the flow happen.
Okay, thank you. Would anyone else like to share what your Thanksgiving tree this morning?
I'll share.
Okay, thanks, Terry.
So do you start at this is how I felt, or do you start at the quality of God? It doesn't matter.
No, you just share what you want to share, what you discovered when you wrote it. Whatever you want to share about it, Terry.
So the most significant thing that's happened to me in the last 6 weeks has been the ability to walk in Upper Park. I walked from the fence line all the way up to the, I don't know, the wires. It's about a 3-mile walk. Wasn't pain-free, but at the time, I felt at peace and full of gratitude and oneness of being in the moment and having the ability to walk that far. I learned that I will walk pain-free over this world in the beauty and the grace of God, and my God quality was blessed.
Thank you, Terry.
You're welcome.
Anyone else want to share your Thanksgiving? Peggy, go ahead.
Well, the quality of God that I came to know was gratitude. And I guess I'll say what happened. Last month, when I met with my spiritual director of 13 years, he told me that he had gone on hospice care. And the next day, the practice was to write a thank you note to someone. So it took me all day, and I wrote 4 pages telling him of the impact that it had on my life these past 13 years. The emotion that I felt was overwhelming grief at what I was about to lose. And what I learned was, really, until I went through this, I had no idea how much this relationship meant to me and how significant my spiritual director was to me. And So I then mailed off the note, and our next meeting was scheduled for this morning at 10. However, when I checked his Facebook page this morning, he can no longer talk on the phone. And so the other thing I learned is how important it is to really reflect on the relationships that we have and express our gratitude to those people while we can, and they're still there to hear it.
Thank you so much, Peggy. Thank you so much. Would anyone else like to share their gratitude treat? Okay, then. Thank you for sharing. And we'll go ahead and go to today's word, and tomorrow's, I hope you will do tomorrow also, because it is about forgiveness tomorrow. And certainly today was the day that Jesus died, Friday, and we call it Good Friday. And he transpired based upon Terry's and my travel to Israel and the study that we knew. His death was there before the actual sundown, because that was the beginning of the Jewish
Sabbath.
Thank you. I was pulling up every other word that started with S, but Sabbath, because they wanted to prepare the body and get it into the tomb. And so he did let go before that transpired so that they could get him down from the cross. And that was something that was unique and unusual. And he had to have special permission to do that, because typically the bodies were left on the cross to rot, and that left there as a reminder that this person had done something terrible and awful, and don't do anything terrible and awful against the Romans, because this is what's going to happen to you. And in some of my research, I found out that the Romans actually used the crucifixion as the punishment for even minor infractions for over 800 years. It was a very cruel death, and sometimes could take up to a maximum of 3 days for people to die while they were on the cross. So we'll go ahead and look at death today. Sandy, you're up there in my right-hand or left-hand corner. Would you give us the definition? And there's two this morning. I gave you one from the dictionary, as well as one from the Revealing Word, which is more metaphysical.
Death. Definition: physical dissolution of the body, the outer symbol of mental negation or spiritual inertia. And that's from the Revealing Word of Charles Fillmore. Second definition: the end of life of a person or organism. And that's from Google Dictionary.
Peggy, how about the quote this morning?
Even death is not to be feared by one who has lived wisely, from the Buddha.
And Spring, how about the Bible this morning?
This comes from Luke 23:42-43. And he said to Jesus, "Remember me, my Lord, when you come in your kingdom." Jesus said to him, "Truly I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise."
And our affirmation for the day is, I trust the process of the universe and letting go. And your practice is to write a Thanksgiving or a thank you card. I would like to share with you a couple of pages from the book, A Blessing in Disguise, which is a series of writings by different 29 life lessons from today's greatest teachers. Music has always been my inner and outer life. This is by Don Campbell. It has been the bridge to spirit, religion, occupation, and philosophy of life and entertainment. Some music moved my body, some music tortured me, some music made me so joyous that it was addictive, and some music brought me home to a core of being a place of other spirit. In 1994, I suffered a mild head injury that changed my life. A mere bump to the head in my own carport. For 3 weeks after, I had severe headaches, blinding lights in my right eye, and an eyelid that barely opened. From the beginning, the neuropathologist diagnosed the problem as Horner's syndrome, most probably caused by a tumor. The eyelid could barely open. The headaches increased and my vision was a little fuzzy. Music, imagery, and prayer were the only tools that gave me immediate clarity through those weeks of pain. A few weeks later, I had my first MRI. For an hour and 15 minutes, the loud pounding sounds made me feel as if some cosmic drumming group was treating me to some kind of shock symphony. As I lay in the Star Trek tube-like capsule, I watched inner images in my mind and heard hymns over the chaotic beating rhythms. Immediately after they examined the scan and the doctor and technician diagnosed the massive clot in the right carotid artery behind the right eye, and I was rushed to the emergency room. After a few hours of tests, the vascular surgeon wanted to begin procedures immediately that involved risky surgery to my face and eye. I knew I needed time to check in and sense my own inner being. Life lessons were truly right in my face. Pain was in my head, faded vision was in my eye, and my emotions were singing a rampant repertoire of hymns, chants, and prayers. I convinced the doctor after 7 hours in the emergency room to allow me to return home for a few days before surgery. He insisted that I watch my blood pressure with constant monitoring. With years of teaching the benefits of music to health professionals and how blood pressure could be lowered, here I was facing the music with my own mind and body. Needless to say, it felt strange to be racing home to meditate and let music begin doing its work. Any noise seemed wrong except for the simple humming of my voice. Anything too bright seemed overstimulating. Soft and so classic music felt just right. Anything louder than prayer in my verbal mind seemed to have no place in the emotions that lay underneath my thoughts. So I went to bed, exhausted from powerful and confusing day. As I drifted into low beta wave bed of rest, all I could remember was my Methodist born and bred childhood prayer, the only mantra to come to my mind. Now I lay me down to sleep, pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. After many repetitions, I was jerked awake by what I was actually praying. May I wake before I die. May I wake before I die. Somehow, this Buddhist infusion of spirituality became the constant repetition of my inner voice. I chanted for days on end in my mind rather than focusing on thoughts of healing, wellness, joy, and centering. The fear of a massive stroke subsided almost instantly when I realized that the power of these moments was about life, not death. They were about consciousness and being awake rather than being cured. And so just go with me right here, right now into prayer. And knowing that each and every one of us is one with the divine, one with the creator, one with the God that is all embracing, and that unites each and every one of us with each other, with our community, with our center, with our church, with each and every person in our community and in our world. And as we return to a normal day, we know that we have been divinely guided over the last 6 weeks in that place of spiritual practice in unity with each other. And so we give thanks. Thanks for the time we have shared. Thanks for the guidance we have received. Thanks for the creativity that has transpired in each and every one of us, the stories that we have shared, and the understanding and knowledge that we have come to embrace in our life. And so each of us is divinely blessed, blessed by our creativity, blessed by an experience with each other, knowing that this each and every day has been divinely guided. And so I give thanks once again as we close this day, knowing that God continues to guide us on our journey. I just release this, let it be, knowing it is already done in love, in law, and in mind. And so it is. Amen. Have a wonderful Easter, everybody. It's been wonderful to share the last 6 weeks with you. Please, please, please send me your comments. I would appreciate that. It will help me. I haven't decided whether I'll ever do this again or not. But if I choose to, the comments that you would make would certainly guide and help me. And I promise I'll have it. I've got a new computer, so I won't have to write the book 3 times and screw it up. So, all right, everybody. Thank you much. And
You are forgiven, Eileen.
I'm sorry, what, Michael?
You are forgiven.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Crystal, would you hang on for just a second so we can talk about Sunday? I'll see you Sunday morning. Happy
Yes.
Easter.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Katrina. Hi, Katrina.
Beautiful.
Where's my baby?
She's gonna miss this. It's her morning ritual.
Well, you'll have to continue it, Terry. You don't need us.
She hears you guys' voices and she knows you and Crystal.
Oh, there's my girl. I got to come see my girl. Huh, Katrina. Yeah, Katrina. I got to come see my girl.
She's so
Bye-bye.
precious. You.
All right, everybody.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Bye, Spring.
Barbara, I'm glad you made it home safe and sound.
Thank you.
Good.
Yay.
Okay, Sunday morning. I can just hang on to this connection here for Sunday morning. That's where I'm going to go. Am I correct? Okay, I'll just say, because I won't delete the email then to make
Yeah.
the connection Sunday morning. And
Yeah.
that's what I want. That's what I wanted to make sure of. And what time do you want me there? I don't have to be there at 9, do I?
Well, log in at 9 because we have to lock Zoom, so just random people can't get in.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
you, got you.
But then after that, I mean, you'll come on just like 1 minute to 10. You are the one that has to open your video and
Okay, yeah, I always
unmute
forget that.
yourself. I
I
know.
always forget that stuff. So,
yeah.
okay, and who's doing meditation this week? Do you know? Because I haven't received the e-blast yet.
I think it's Carolyn. Let me just
Oh,
double
okay.
check. I think it's Carolyn though. I mean, better safe to check. Oh no, I think I have Andy Tureen, but then
It's so funny because Andy seems to always do my days.
it's not intentional. He actually picks his months in advance.
Oh,
They sign up like months in advance. So yeah, Carolyn's next week,
okay.
but she wants to record tomorrow. And then I'll send you an order of service probably later today.
Okay.
My day yesterday is like I work both jobs and it's the end of the month. So I have like everything to do to get ready for,
Okay,
yeah.
no sweat. Because I was going to ask about the order of service. Is there anything special that I need to be aware of?
Not that I know of. I don't have any memorial candles or anything like that. And I was just gonna maybe promote maybe like the walks in the park on Friday morning or something. Nothing. We don't have any events coming up or anything right away. We
Okay.
do. They're just not solidified yet.
I'm wondering if Kathy wants to say anything special about you know, that the new report is that the churches can open with 50% participate. I understand we're not going to open, but people are going to begin to question, why
Yeah.
aren't we opening?
Oh, well, the biggest thing that the reason why we're not opening is because like, who are those 50 people that get to come back?
Yeah,
And how do we
It-
monitor that? You know,
Yeah.
like, how do we, you know, like, oh, you get your tickets, but you don't get tickets. Like, that's gonna get weird.
okay,
So-
well, Kathy, just, you may want to deliver the message to Kathy that she may want to record a little blurb or have Connie, because Connie's been doing it, because people are going to expect